Good morning, everybody. My name's Luke Sullivan. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are just north of Denver, about 30 minutes in Frederick, Colorado. Lot of inventory on the lot. Behind me today, I have got a really cool trailer. Would have been my dream trailer as a shipper back east for sure. It's a big 6-horse head-to-head Norstar Cimarron. Really nice, really versatile trailer. And for those people that are on the road a lot and ever changing what they're hauling back and forth and need that versatility to change it around. And also a lot of added benefits with this. We don't have to leave partitions at home ever. We can stow them in a lot of different configurations. So again, a lot of versatility with this trailer. We will talk first and foremost real quick, just some numbers on this trailer. On the floor, we're just a hair over 35 feet. Actually, we're 35 feet flat on the floor. So we're 4'9" tack room and just a little hair over 30 feet on the floor of the horse area compartment. So a lot of versatility. Like I said, we can convert this into box stalls as well. So you can get almost dead even 10-foot box stalls out of this. We're 8 feet wide and we're 7'10" tall. So a very, very spacious trailer. Let's get into the meat and potatoes just real quick. We'll talk about the Hitch. 2 5/16 gooseneck coupler, B&W. This is, I think, their third generation or third iteration of this hitch. A lot of different reasons we did that, and really it comes into play with some of these bigger trailers that we're hooking up to some of our hauler trucks, and we need to get a bit more adjustment out of these. So with that, a couple set screws and a safety pin through there, we've got that adjustment and that ability to suck these way up in there for those taller bed heights and hitch heights, or lower it back down to get some of that clearance that we need to get between our bed rails and our truck rails as well too. Big heavy duty safety chains on this guy, and then Cimarron does a nice job too, just keeping things clean in the beds of our trucks or where we're hitched up. Nice little coiled breakaway cable. Always use your safety chains, folks. Also, we've got it connected into a battery so we can run some lights for you. Hopefully they're on. They are today. But standard 7-pin connector as well. And so that 7-pin connector is running everything from our parking lights and our running lights to our turn signals and our backup lights and the like. So we're going to work our way underneath just a little bit. We'll take a quick look at our battery box. We've also got a RedArc charge controller in here as well. So this is going to really help control that charge we're putting into our deep cycle battery. We're going to help more than anything the longevity and life of this battery. Charge it when it needs it, not overcharge it when it doesn't need it. We do a battery disconnect switch here too. Even when we're not hooked up to a tow vehicle, we can run a lot of our interior and our floodlights in this trailer. So really nice to be able to set that, turn it off when you're not using the trailer, and ensure that you didn't accidentally leave something on and running that could drain your battery. Secondly to that, over here a little bit in the corner is our air ride system. So this system, completely self-contained. We've talked to a lot of semi drivers over Stock Show over the last couple weeks, and this isn't even something you have to sell those guys on. They know what the old air ride or the old spring ride trailers used to ride like, and it's just night and day. You know, let alone what you're doing for your animals in terms of kind of recoup time over a long haul. Think about what you're doing for your equipment and what that smooth ride going down the road is doing. So again, this is our self-contained system. You've got an on-off switch, you've got a raise and a lower valve. It really is a set it and forget it. If you ever do happen to have a dead battery because you forgot to flip your disconnect, this is still going to be on a torsion axle system. So always defaults to that. You're never dead in the water. There's never a time where you have to say, even if you have a blown airline or a blown bag as well, you can still run down the road. So again, raise and lower valve there. We'll lower that now, and we suggest that certainly when you're hauling your horses around, because you can lower that angle of your ramps really nicely as well. Another big option on this trailer too is the electric over hydraulic jack system. This is eliminating that cranking, especially of these heavy trailers, makes a big difference. And it's also got a keyed control over there on the gooseneck wall. So a bit of added security with that too. You've got to have that key to activate the switch. And then just above that is our, and we'll talk a little bit more about brakes when we get to the axles, But this is our reservoir for our electric over hydraulic braking system as well. We're running disc brakes on this trailer. We're running a very similar system to what we're seeing in all of our vehicles that we drive down the road now. We just got to be able to activate it electronically with our 7-pin connection. So this is that reservoir for that fluid. This is running those brakes, and these big trailers will stop on a dime with that disc brake system. So really, really nice add-on to this trailer. Really adds a lot of safety. You can get a lot of weight in these trailers, so you want to be able to control it, and you want to be able to safely stop it. And the disc brakes are definitely a good product for the job. And then full-size matching spare. We're 17.5s on this guy. Heavy duty rubber we're running on these guys. Really nice to have that matching spare too. If you want to add it into your tire rotation to buy a bit more life to these relatively expensive tires, or you just want to have that ability if you ever do have a flat or a blowout to still have that matching spare and have that aesthetic look going on. So we'll work our way now over to the passenger side of the trailer. We'll go through our tack room and some of the options we've done with that. Definitely built this trailer out to be much more geared towards kind of the versatility in the horse area of the trailer, but we do afford ourselves a lot of storage. You know, we're over that base 4-foot tack room. We're about 4'9" in the tack room of this trailer. So first and foremost, you'll notice that fold out step. Really handy, helps us get in and out of these tack rooms. And then we'll pin our door open just like this and help ourselves inside. Again, like I said, we've got the ability to run all of our awning lights and our interior lights, all our OptiBrite LEDs inside of these tack rooms, even when we're not hooked to a tow vehicle. So nice to be able to get in here if you're not hooked up, if you need to grab something out of here and help yourself. Horse people, early mornings, late nights, it's always dark when we're doing something. And then again, we talked about storage and kind of some options that we're putting to make life a little bit easier. Nice brush tray in here, a couple bottles of fly spray, what have you. You know, those things that you really want to get a hold of when you're first opening up the door. Easy access, nice to have that ability. So stepping inside, we're a rubber matted floor in here, so easy to keep it clean, really handy with that. And then here on our gooseneck drop wall, about 2/3 of the length of our width, we've got a really nice deep boot box in here too. So you'll see we've got a couple of our hay mangers stored inside of here. You'll see why when we get back in the horse area of the trailer. But a lot of versatility. Again, with this space, you can fit a 5-gallon water bucket in here, or a number of them if you need to. If you've got some wraps and bandages, it also is a really nice spot to fold down the lid, have a seat, change your shoes, and then acts as a really nice step to get up into your gooseneck. So we're fully carpeted in here. We are a V-nose gooseneck. A lot of versatility with that in terms of towing, a lot more efficient. And then we've got unlimited storage in here, pretty much a blank slate, nice OptiBrite LED up there to light things up. If you've got a bunch of totes for a client you're hauling horses for, if you've got a bunch of your own totes because you're a trainer and you're hauling a bunch of big horses every day, this is definitely a trailer that you're going to utilize a lot of this space in here. And then again, a nice little add-on that Cimarron does if you are running this as your show trailer out of your show barn. Nice to be able to hang up some coats, hang up some show shirts, get your stuff out of the truck, stay a little bit more organized as well. Coming over here on the backside, just behind me too, we've got multiple saddle racks set up on this one. We've got 4 in a row right here with a couple blanket poles above that. These are infinitely adjustable, a couple nuts and bolts on each one of them. Loosen those, and they've got this track that they ride in from top to bottom, like I said. If you want to add a few more of these saddle racks and remove the saddle poles, the blanket poles, very easy to do. We keep these saddle racks in our parts department in stock, so really easy. Obviously, we're advertising a 6-horse head-to-head with varying different capacities depending on the configuration you set it up with. So easily enough could add a couple more saddles and have that room and versatility with those. So now back on our partition wall, carpeted like we do a lot of our Cimarrons now, almost all of them. Really nice carpet. Does a couple different things for us. It's a nice sound deadener for that wall between our horses and our tack room, so our metal isn't banging on that wall. And then secondly, we're getting a lot more resale out of these now because we don't have those trailers that we've all seen with the metal headgear rubbing on that aluminum or metal and marking it all up. So this keeps that really clean and tidy. And then Cimarron, we talk a lot about the small touches with the Cimarrons. this is one big one I think that really hits with a trailer like this especially too. We talked about never having to leave any of your parts and pieces at home, depending on how you configure the trailer. We all know the old 4-horse head-to-heads that if you wanted to make a couple boxes out of it, you had to remove your partitions and decide where to leave them, whether it was at home or if you were brave enough to try and shove them in the bed of your truck or something like that. So this is just part of that that we talked about, but these are all obviously our chest bars. So we've got a couple different lengths, and we'll talk about the traveling dividers that we have inside of here, and this accommodates those whether we're doing a 4-horse configuration or 2 on one or 2 on the other. Again, a lot of options with that, but a small feature to that enables us to always have our chest bars with us. We've all had these rolling around in the beds of our trucks or up in our gooseneck or something like that. So nice to contain these on this rack, and really simple, just a spring-loaded little guy over here on the end that lets them fall right out of that track. So again, it's the little things with the Cimarrons that we like quite a bit. Real quick before we step out of the gooseneck, right behind our camera woman today is a 48-gallon onboard water tank too. Nice if you're hauling a lot of horses in the summertime to be able to offer water to them at a fuel stop. 48 gallons, like I said. Couple different ways you can tap out of it. We have a valve at the very bottom we can hook a hose to, run it outside, and then you can also very easily just fill a 5-gallon bucket there at that mid spigot there and have that accessibility to water, you know, especially too if you are using it for shows and it's kind of you know, end of the year or early in the season and the showgrounds haven't turned their water systems on yet. Nice to have that with you if you need it and to offer it to your horses, especially summertime as well. So we'll work our way outside now. We'll talk very quickly about a few things along the passenger side of this trailer, but then we'll quickly get into you know, the real star of the show, which is kind of the inside of this trailer and the options that you have and the way that you can set it up. Like I talked about, if you're looking for that long haul trailer to ship commercially down the road, this is certainly the one. If you've got a big training barn and you're looking for a lot of versatility because you go to a show with 3 horses and come home with 4 or 5, this is definitely the trailer for you. First and foremost, we'll talk. We've got a few open for you to give a look to you, but there are endless drop windows in this trailer. So we typically see a lot of bus windows in these 4-horse head-to-heads or the 6-horse head-to-heads. Cimarron did an awesome job, and we've built these out for ourselves as well. We have another inventory as well, if you're interested. But these drop windows bring a lot of airflow through for our horses, so really handy for that, really handy. If you've got 6 horses in this trailer in the summertime, you're gonna be able to want to provide some air to them. So drop windows like we see in a lot of our trailers, big, open, and then you have the ability to, if you wanna get in there, drop the jail bars and do what you need to do. We do have tie rings all down the side of these trailers. Again, if you're a trainer, if you want to do a little training off this trailer or showing off of this trailer, you have that ability to tie a few on this side. We've got awning lights throughout as well that'll shine down for you late at night or early in the mornings to help you see what you're doing. So we've got a nice side ramp here now too. Rubber matted side ramp. We'll get into the trailer and we'll talk about the Werm flooring inside of there as well. Really, really nice features. Just stepping into the trailer, first and foremost, you can see kind of no options spared when we work our way in. So coming in, we'll see towards the front of the trailer, the way that we have it configured right now is in that 2-horse kind of head-to-head setup. So we've got our 2 gates. They're both on traveling dividers. It's like a barn door sliding track. Really easy to release a couple of these pins, front and back. And then what we can do, if we want to make a box stall out of this, we can easily slide this divider all the way to our passenger side wall. This divider will come all the way over to our driver's side wall. We've got this big wide open box stall, and then we'll show you. And like everything with Cimarron too, slam latches, metal on plastic too, so these trailers ride really quiet. And really nice to have that ability and versatility out of this trailer, like I said. So full width divider door there, partition door, whatever you want to call it. Makes you and gives you that ability to make the box stall out of it. Again, These can be slid to our extremes, and then if you see in the floor, we've got a couple different positions, and this is where we pin our partition walls. If you come out to this spot here and the spot over there, and we'll see towards the back, that's what enables this as an 8-foot wide trailer to really get you that 3-horse or the 6-horse head-to-head as we advertise. To work for you. You've got a lot of space with them with these 8-foot wide trailers, so we try and utilize every little bit of that. And again, we talked about the chest bars and we talked about the different lengths, and that's what accommodates the different settings that we have for these partition walls. So again, a lot of versatility. We'll close this guy back up. You'll see along our roof line as well, we've got a couple different add-ons up here. First and foremost, we've got OptiBrights throughout, so nighttime you can see, you could read a book in the back corner of one of these trailers. And then we've got a 12-volt fan system too. So we've got a couple pointing at the heads of each horses. We've got a couple in this center box that I'm kind of standing in now. And then we've got some behind us as well. So again, we can actually run those even when we're not hooked up to a trailer, because we are a tow vehicle, because we are running that 12-volt deep cycle battery service on this trailer. So again, really nice in the summertime to have that availability to move a little air through this if you're stuck in traffic or you're waiting to unload at a show. And then also in the ceiling, we'll talk about two different things in these Cimarrons. First and foremost, standard on every single Cimarron that leaves the lot, whether it's the little stock boxes for your pickups or your big LQs or this big 6-horse head-to-head, is an insulated roof. So first and foremost, has an R3 insulation factor. We see on the lot with our competitors on a summer day a 10 to a 15 degree difference inside of these trailers. Secondly, too, there is a really nice structural factor to them too. They've got a bit of strength to them. So we don't have to look for those cross members if we're up on the roof doing a little maintenance, looking at things. Spend a lot more time on the roofs of our LQs than we would a trailer like this. But secondly, too, we see them held up really well to our northern Colorado hailstorms. So that's an added bonus as well. We'll work our way down to the floor really quick. We'll talk about Werm for just a second. Werm is the pour-in rubberized flooring, impenetrable surface, top notch. Werm stands for we eliminate rubber mats. On a big trailer like this, you are gonna have, I would, don't quote me, but maybe a dozen mats in here cut up to fit all your bits and pieces. That's a lot of mats to pull out of a trailer like this in the summertime. Clean this out. If you are using this trailer commercially, you would more than likely be pulling these mats out more than once a year to disinfect and clean. So with this flooring, the impenetrable surface, very easy to nose the trailer of this up a little bit, get a little bit of an angle and pressure wash it straight out the back, drop your rear ramp and drain it out, and you're good to go. Aluminum floor on the Cimarrons, 4-inch on center cross members, best in the business, the only in the business with the 4 inches on center. So great structural strengths to this floor. Even if you're rocking Fergie, the mini pony, or a big draft, your horse is always standing on a cross member. You're not going to get those low spots that we see in some of our competitors. So I'll trade spots with our camera woman. Really quick, we'll talk quickly about the 3-horse setup that you have in this trailer. So we've got it set up just like that right now. You'll see our hay mangers that we have set up for that. Easily pop this down and we'll have a quick look at the chest bars that we do in front of these as well. Nice padded chest bar for in front of our horses there. We've got the ability on each of these partitions to tie their heads with a couple tie rings up high. And again, we've got these hay mangers. We can offer them some hay. And then again, really almost infinitely configurable, this trailer. So we can take these chest bars out, we can remove these hay mangers, we can set it up just like we showed you at the front where you're going to do that 2-horse straight load style, or we can also very easily move these partitions outward to our extremes and we can make this a box stall and then make 3 open box stalls out of this trailer. So if you're hauling mares and foals, if you're hauling young stock, you have that versatility with these trailers. You'll see too on both of our driver and passenger wall, we've got 2 of those bus windows, the big drop windows, excuse me, on both sides with the smaller bus window. This time of year, we're chilly today. We certainly wouldn't want those big drop windows open today, blowing all that cold air on them, but we have those bus windows in there to still offer a bit of fresh air for our horses as we're traveling down the road. So I can't tell you how versatile these trailers are. I don't want to miss anything while we're going along. but you know, the ability to make a box stall out of it and then get to your next stop and need to load up a couple others in a straight load configuration and not have to unbury them from the gooseneck of your trailer or dig them out of the box of your truck, or say you're unable, you have to cancel a load because you can't do it because you're not configured and you left that equipment at home. So we'll close this guy on this side as well. Everything's on slam latches, like I said, so we can just let it close nice and easy. Plastic on metal again, and you'll see all around the trailer, we've got high kick mats on this trailer, so definitely anticipated some big horses being in here. We've got that added protection for our trailer and for our horses to have those nice rubber kick mats. We do, on an 8-foot wide trailer, lose a bit of interior space or a bit of floor space to our fender wells in here, but Cimarrons does a nice job of tapering these down. We're not flat surfaces. Hopefully they won't stand on this guy. And just a lot of added benefits with the layout of this trailer. And we did do a man door, of course, over here on driver's side with a little jail bar. Just cross that over too. Nice to be able to pop in this man door if you're at a fuel stop, check on things. If you're doing a big load of head-to-heads like this and you've left this empty for storage, you have that ability to check on them. So we'll work our way back out the ramp. We'll talk a little bit about the running gear on this trailer. We are on 8,000-pound air ride axles with 17 5-inch wheels and tires. Close this ramp up so we have a nice look while we're going. And we talked to about our electric over hydraulic disc brake system. So we've gotten away from the electric drums on this trailer, and we've a really big upgrade. You know, anybody that grew up in the 60s and 70s or prior that drove a lot of the all drum brake cars will know just what a big advance disc brakes were to just the automotive industry. So the fact that we're adding them out onto these trailers, we're improving our stopping distance greatly with these trailers. So again, we're on 8,000-pound air ride axles. We are on 17.5 wheels and tires, and again, just a really great running gear combo on this trailer. Really nice setup, and as you see it now, we're sitting aired down so we can lower that angle of our ramps for loading our horses. Makes life a little bit easier for us getting out of our tack room. And then when you do air these up, expect to see, you know, a 3 to 4 inch raise out of them, and that's that cushion that you're riding on too. Talked a little bit about some of our lighting. We'll talk a little bit about our tail lights and some new features for the 25 models and the Cimarrons. But a nice add-on we do for a lot of our longer trailers for our inventory here at Transwest is we add this turn signal. Really nice added turn signal. Big long trailer like this, trying to let everybody know, especially on the interstate, what you're doing. You have that ability. This will flash for you whether you're making a passenger or a right or a left turn. And then also acts as just a secondary running light as well. You'll see paddle latched here is our window above our side ramp there too. So if you had it configured with nothing in that box stall in the center, these are very much configured in a way and built in a way that you can run with these running down the road. Added little safety if you want to lock it too. So all of our paddle latches too, if you are at a show and you've got some things stacked up in that box stall, you have the ability, every paddle latch on this trailer, our tack room door, our drop windows, everything is key to like. So you have that ability to lock this all up and hopefully keep it secure. So we'll work our way around to the rear of the trailer now. Really quick, we just talked about that paddle latch and the ability to run with these doors open running down the road. The same with our doors over our rear ramp as well. Rear ramp. Again, a lot of versatility in this trailer. If you're going to run this guy as a few box stalls, and depending if you're making a couple drops at a couple different farms or ranches, you have the ability to, you know, unload one here from the rear, unload one from the middle, and then you've still got guys up front waiting to come off of that front box or the like. If you've got this set up in this straight load style, very easy to throw a couple in here, throw their butt bars, load them up, and they're ready to go, and you don't have to disturb what's in that front box or that secondary middle box. So we've got a couple controls over here on the side of our ramp. These are running a lot of our awning lights on the outside of the trailer and on the inside of the trailer as well, our interior lights. And then you'll see now standard for Cimarron in their tail lights, they're doing a reverse lamp. So Cimarron, first and foremost, I think they do a really nice job lighting their trailers up with their running lights and all LEDs now too. So hard to miss these things at night. at night, excuse me. And then second to that, they do 4 tail lights on the back of these trailers, so really lights them up. They're all turn signals when they need to be. They're all brake lights when they need to be. And then secondary to that, Transwest for a very long time always did an add-on for a reverse light. It was its own separate fixture. Never a change to our 7-pin. It's just always been a very underutilized part of that system. But now Cimarron's adding it standard inside, integrated into the tail light, and on a big long trailer like this, if you're backing into somewhere you're not familiar with, or you're backing into somewhere you are familiar with and you've just got that reference point you want to be able to see, nice to be able to do that with this as well. So again, we talked about that. Cimarron does a nice job lighting these trailers up. We'll close this rear ramp up as well, give you a good look at all these cam locks and paddle latches that we use. And we talked about those all being key to like, so you can even lock your rear ramp and your doors over your rear ramp as well. Those will slip right into those paddle latches. So work our way over here to passenger side, or driver's side, excuse me. Get another good look at a lot of our drop windows over here. Probably frozen up on us this morning, so we're not going to attempt to open those. A little chilly here in northern Colorado this morning, but again, on a day like today, you wouldn't want them open. You'd be able to crack a couple of those bus windows, get some fresh air flowing with those, and with the two-way roof vents that we have in the ceilings of these as well, you can get some fresh air moving in and out of these very easily. We did talk quickly on the inside. This is our center box. This is just the opposite of our load ramp on the passenger side. But a man door. Step out, flip out step, makes it really easy to get in and out of here. We've got this bar if you do have some horses loaded in here. It buys you a little safety so you can sneak in and out of here pretty easily. And we double latch these man doors anytime they share any load space with horses or stock, the like. So nice to be able to step in here, nice to be able to access things without having to go through the ramp, drop the whole ramp. And then again, the flip out step, I'm a pretty vertically challenged guy, so really nice to have that to be able to step into these trailers. And again, one more drop window in the man door of this trailer as well. So not only do we have one at the head and hip of every horse, if you'd utilize it as a 4-horse head-to-head, so on each passenger and driver's side, we've got 4, so 8 there. We've also got the drop window and the man door here as well. And then if you're leaving this box empty, you can even leave that ramp over door on passenger side open as well, and move a ton of air through these trailers. And if you had 6 in here loaded up tight, you'd have a pretty hot trailer in the middle of summer. So nice to be able to move a ton of air through these trailers. Really kind of changes the game over the big bus windows that they used to do and provide to us in the past. So working our way back around to the other side, we'll work our way up to the nose of the trailer. But if you have any questions about this trailer, please feel free to reach out to me. My name's Luke Sullivan. My email's luke.sullivan@transwest.com. Feel free to call or text me. If you have any questions about this trailer, we have another 6-horse head-to-head on the lot. My cell phone's 859-509-1282. And again, like I said, feel free to reach out with any questions. And then if you want to reference this trailer specifically on our site, we'll have some drawings on it. You can take a look at the specs, kind of see the layout of it. Feel free to reference it on our website. You can type in that stock number. It's 5N241098. Thanks for your time, everybody. Enjoy your Tuesday, and también hablo español.